idea was really birthed from Tawanda Sims, who started this whole thing. I came in on the tail end, so I'm the niece of the group is what I call myself.
Where I started was 2 years ago when I was in Las Vegas at the Cater Source Conference. One thing that I decided when I was there after speaking with one of the speakers, Bisley Vasquez, is that I think I need to do a conference because I go to conferences all over Washington, Las Vegas, New York, you name it, I'm there. So after talking to Bisley Vasquez one year, we was in the airport heading home, and I was telling her about the experience and about wanting more, and she says, then make it happen.
Tawanda on Periscope. Really weird, but it was wonderful, it was phenomenal. She was very embracing. Periscope was kind of intimidating for me, so I was quiet. I'm still quiet because I don't like to be out in the scene. I like to be behind the scenes for what I do. So one day, I had been following her for quite some time, and she would see me pop in.
She came into one of my rooms. I do Business Blast Friday, and she would always pop in very quietly. And I was like, introduce yourself, crack your egg. I know, who are you? You keep commenting on my scopes. Show me who you are.
I'm like, break my egg. What does the egg mean?
And she became like a fan, and she was like always on Business Blast Friday. So we developed a personal relationship without ever meeting, talking almost every week, just vibing every week on the phones. And I knew that she clicked because her values and her work ethics and her business ethics were the same as mine. So when I finally met her in Las Vegas last year for the first time, as soon as we met, it automatically clicked. And I said, if I ever do an event with the design piece of it, that I would bring Siobhan Nicole in, work ethics and values. Athena Devon, I met her also on Periscope, and Athena is like, I would say, someone that I kind of took under my wing because she has a lot of motivation, a lot of drive. She's just like a big ball of fire, but she has a lot of passion, and she had a lot of questions for me. So I found myself just answering questions for her for a lot of times. So when I met her also at WNBA in Vegas with her passion, her drive, and her social media skills and her website skills, I knew that I had all of the pieces of the puzzles together. Siobhan Nicole with the design part, she's like the face and the look of Let's Plan. Athena is the piece that kind of took care of the technology and the websites and the social media.
I consider myself a huge challenger and a motivator. And so I tell people, if you have an idea and you're not ready to move forward with it, don't tell me about it because I'm going to push you to do it. And so I was nosy and caught in on Siobhan Nicole and Tawanda Sims saying that they were having a conversation about a big project. And so I said, okay, well, what project? I want to know what's going on. Can I help in any kind of way? You know, just kind of be on the friend fun side. And then they got me in on their lunch conference call via a video fun chat. And then I didn't realize what I was putting myself into. And they talked about how Tawanda actually for 2 years has had this idea, 2 years of how she wanted to do a conference because so many people were asking her to do a workshop or just to tell them how she took the steps of where she's gone. And so she decided to do a workshop. And I said, oh, well, that sounds like a great idea. When do you guys want to do that? And they said, oh, 2018. I was like, well, why? Why we can't do it right now? And so I pretty much am the one that just kicked their butts into gear and saying, well, we're talking about it, let's be about it, let's just make it for 2017. And so, July, here we come. So it all started from a dream that she's had for 2 years, and then me and Siobhan were just blessed that she decided to take us on the journey with her.
It's moving like a train, and I'm just like, wow. It is just like, it's appeared, it's there. There's nothing you can do about it, it's there. And it's positive, it's wonderful.
It's surreal, and I still someone needs to pinch me and let me know that it's happening, but it's surreal. It started out as a thought, then it became my vision, and then when meeting with these two ladies, Siobhan in Las Vegas, and then she kind of like poked me like, do it, let's do it, in 2018, of course. And then it's happened so fast because we really wanted to wait, and it was Athena that said, 2018, why? I mean, we got the team here, let's just do it. So we just said, okay, 2017. So the answer to that is surreal. I just can't believe it's happening, and I probably won't believe that it's gonna happen until July 18th.
Wanda has moved me in a stuck position and help me propel. And that's exactly what's going to happen with this conference for others. Now, I'm not new to the industry, but I'm in transition to another level of expectancies for my clients. And that means the branding, the overall look. And you're probably wondering, why is she wearing this green? It's a reason. Pop of color. My floral division is platinum pops of color blooms. And so when you see things, even my imagery on social media, the grayscales and the pops of colors, that was something that was kind of born with Tawanda and myself. She brings the best out of you.
There's so many planners coming from different points. We have people that just started. We have people that have been in for 3, 4, 5 years. And when you get to that point, you almost become redundant, or you become so comfortable in what you do and so content that you dream really big, but your actions don't go that way, or you get stuck. And unfortunately, we're full of an industry where people just don't always want to share. Or they share something that really doesn't do anything but motivate you. And what I want people is to have an actual rebirth. Birthing means a physical action of releasing something and starting something new. So I want every single person that comes to get something from the conference as an actual pure birthing of an action. We're not just talking about motivational points or try and do this, the 7 ways to do. No, we're giving you exactly what we did to have our business be successful. All of us have national recognition and certifications and awards, and that's what we want everyone to be able to get. I've only had my business for 4 years, so my success rate is much faster than most people in this industry. It's because I wasn't afraid to take risks. I wasn't afraid to try some things, and that's what I want to impart in all of our guests that are coming, that if you have an idea, it's yours, run with it, do something about it. So we want to give them the actual plans where they can do it right, and legally and correct, so that we don't have the failures that some people actually stop when they get that. You know, failure just means it didn't work that way, let's try another angle, another perspective. And so we want to give them perspectives and angles that actually work. It doesn't matter what part of the industry you're in or where you started. We want people to walk away and within weeks say, I see this result. I tried this and this worked. I did and did this. We want them to come back next year and we talk about the next level to do. So our conference is about growing. It's not just about sharing.
I am the presentation piece. I mean, even with the girls, it's a team effort. It's a unit, and I'm the one that looks at everything. They're the brain that does a lot of the great things, and I'm coming with the other great things. So what I bring to the table is the presentation, the look, part of that branding, part of that spark, part of that wow factor. So that's where I come in.
Finally, there is a conference that's not just about the information. You know, there's so many conferences or even women's empowerments or all these kinds of events that happen that you go to where you just get so motivated in the moment and the times that you're there, and then you leave and it dies out after 3 weeks. And so finally, this conference is going to give so much action in your mindset. It's going to change the mindset. I'm excited literally not so much for the conference because I just expect that and know that's going to be great, but I'm looking forward to the 90 days after the conference, when people are emailing us and letting us know, I did this and I was able to do this and create all these successful story posts. That's what I'm excited about. So the moment that this conference happens and I walk in that door and the first person walks in to register, I'm just going to say, congratulations to your 90-day success. Because that's exactly what I see. Because we're asking them to do an action, not a dream. We're asking them to do something. 30 days builds a habit, 60 days makes it consistent, 90 days it's second nature. You're just going to end up doing it. So I'm looking forward to the 90 days after the conference.
I want them to walk away saying that it was worth the investment. It was worth my time taking away from my family, my businesses, to travel to South Florida to be a part of the Let's Plan Conference. Because the Let's Plan Conference is not, the topics are not new because we've heard them all before, but the delivery and the message that the organizers are conveyed are definitely new. So if they walk away with one thing saying that it was worth the investment, because I'm a believer that you have to invest in your business, because if you don't invest in your business and invest in continuing education, why would someone else want to invest in you?
It is not just about your logo and the content on your website and your collateral. You're a walking brand. Anyone that knows me knows I'm always about pearls and jewelry and accessories, and I'm not your conservative one. But they know that about me because that's part of my brand. And so we want to teach people how to dress their attire, how to wear their brand in their confidence on their face. When you're in consultation with a client, you have to sell yourself, and it's got to come naturally. And so your attire has a lot to do with that. The accessories that you're carrying has a lot to do with that. The way you walk in your room has a way to do with that. So Jay Boland's gonna come in, do an entire presentation for us on the most basic item almost every single person has in their wardrobe, a white button-down shirt.
Familiar with that venue, but I've always utilized that venue for other clients and for other events. But now to know that I'm gonna have the conference there at the Bonaventure Spa and Resort, and to see it all come to fruition yesterday when we did the walkthrough is amazing. And when those attendees walk through the door, when the speakers walk through the door, it's going to be absolutely tropical. They're going to enjoy it, and they're going to have an amazing time. And I know the fact that it takes a lot to wow me, but when I was wowed yesterday, I can't wait until July 18th.
Imagining all the things that we're planning for them, it's just, I'm speechless. It's absolutely amazing. The thought of taking an idea that's yours and planning out to fruition is different from taking someone else's idea and making it happen. And so I think it's actually going to elevate us in what we do in our companies, just because planning something for others, but it is our own idea, is going to just elevate everything else that we do.
Industry right now, change needs to come about. And I believe, and I know wholeheartedly that Let's Plan is going to start that movement, because we're trying to make a difference to make sure that the industry is respected. And right now, the industry is not where it needs to be. It has to start somewhere, and it's going to start with Let's Plan.
I just want to say that letsplanconference.com, make sure you register. We are only opening up 75 seats. And the reason why is because we want to make sure that it's up close and personal, and that it's an intimate environment so that you can ask all the questions you want. You can network with our speakers and panelists, and of course with us, and that you will walk away with not just information, but you'll walk away family, so that when we do Let's Plan in 2018 and beyond, you'll be the first ones to sign up, and you're going to be on the cutting edge, because this is the very first conference for us, and then you'll be talking about this for years to come.